here and welcome to today's yoga workout, which is part of our 7-day beginner yoga challenge. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. So let's get started. We're going to start in tabletop position. So in tabletop position, so feet hip width apart, hands flat on the floor, and you're going to breathe in. We're going to do a couple of cat and cows, so opening up your chest and then breathing out, curling your spine one vertebra at a time, breathing in. Really think about lengthening first before you open an arch, and then curling. One more time, breathing in and curling up. Okay, back to neutral. You know the drill. We're going to take one leg back, other hand forward. Now, option to stay here. If you want to progress it some more, you can lift either your leg up or your arm up, or if you want some more, we're going to go for both the leg and the hand. So the hand is reaching one way, the leg is reaching the other way. Abs are engaged, belly button is pulled in. You might feel things beginning to shake, that's normal. Okay, hand and foot back to the floor, and we're going to go on the other side. So leg back, hand back, option to stay here or progress it here. And just make sure you don't hold your breath. Temptation is, because this one's challenging, that we hold our breath. But try not to. And then hand and knee back into position. You might want to have a little bit of a wiggle. Just get out of that position, that's fine. So from here we're going to do a kind of puppy pose. So from the tabletop, we're going to walk our hands forwards and they're going to come together almost to form a little triangle. And as you do, you're going to keep your butt up in the air, but your head is going to come down. So we look like a little puppy. And then taking yourself back to tabletop. We're going to take one leg back, abs pulled in. So option to stay here. If not, we're going to progress. Take it all the way into plank. Take a couple of breaths here. So I hope you're doing okay today. Hope you're ready for this yoga challenge. Thank you for taking part, and I hope you've been enjoying it so far. So take your weight slightly forwards. Option, let's all put our knees down to the floor to start with as we're warming up. Nose and chest down to the floor. Feet on the floor, shoulders back and down. And we're going to extend and lengthen into a cobra. Come back down. Tuck those toes up. We're going to keep the knees on the floor as we push up. We're then going to take the hips up into a downward dog. So start with your hands pushing through, hips up, tails up to the ceiling, and then extend your legs, and you're going to pedal with one foot and the other and the other and the other, and then both feet. So you're now straightening your legs, trying to get your heels into the floor. If you want to make it a bit easier, take the legs a little bit further apart, and then you're going to look forwards, step forwards, one foot then the other, feet together. We're going to do a flat back, forward fold, and then come up and breathe out. Okay, so turn to face me, and we're going to start by breathing. Breathe up, one hand down, you're going to reach, lean over to the side, eyes to the eye of the elbow. Come on, Laura, you need to put your teeth in. And then back to the centre and the other side. It's hard work, this multitasking, working out, teaching and trying to get the right words to come out. Just joking. So hands together, coming down. One of my favourite stretches, because it's definitely something that my body always needs. So we're going to start fingers interlaced, we're going to push down, we're going to come up. And when you come up here, just draw those shoulder blades back again so they've not come forward. So from here, and then keeping your abs pulled in and your ribs pulled in, we're going to lift our arms up, so you're not going to start arching and stick your chest out. So push down to start with, push back again, and then engaging everything, lifting those arms up and taking them to where is comfortable. So you're going to try and get those arms straight and taking them back to where it's comfortable. This is about as far as I can go because I need this stretch and my shoulders are very tight and my upper back. Ideally you kind of want to go higher with the arms straight but the ribs pulled in, not sticking out. Okay, so hopefully that feels nice. Then you're going to grab your right wrist, so right hand behind, grab the wrist, and then drop that ear to the shoulder. And make sure it's the ear coming down, not the shoulder coming up. And this will feel a nice stretch down the neck. And then you can adjust the eye gaze by looking up to the ceiling. If that feels okay. And then looking down and coming back to centre. So other hand, so grab your left hand, take it behind, and then let that right ear drop down to your shoulder. And then if it feels okay, look up to the ceiling. So that just adjusts the stretch a little bit. And then looking down, coming down. Those two stretches are really good, especially if you spend a lot of time either sat behind a steering wheel or sat behind a desk. It really helps. Okay, so next one, we're going to take one foot forwards, the other foot back. The back foot, 45 degrees, hips nice and square, okay? So from here, make sure the weight's kind of even on both feet. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out, coming forwards. And this is going to feel like a stretch in the back of your leg, in your hamstrings. So just take it to where's comfortable and feels okay. You're just going to hold that. And then we're going to step forwards with that back foot. We're going to do a half lift, flat back. So really lengthening your butt one way, chest the other way. And then forward fold. Breathe in and come up. Come down, take the other leg back. Square out those hips. So notice how your back foot is 45 degrees. Little toes still on the floor so it's not rolled forwards and come off. Square hips, breathing in. Breathing out and diving down. And just hanging over that front leg. Feeling that stretch. And on again, stepping forwards. Feet together, knees together, shins together. Butt back, weight in your heels. Toes almost should be able to come off the floor. And we're going to do a chair pose. So you can stay here, otherwise come up. And really important on this pose, make sure that belly button is pulled in so it will support your lower back. If at any point it hurts, come up higher, otherwise sink in deeper. Arms are up, thumbs back. Eyes are kind of forwards, slightly up, and then stand up. Okay, so that chair pose is a really nice one. You'll feel, it's not a nice one, sorry. It's a nice one to get you feeling nice and warm, feeling those legs burn, but really important that you engage these abs to support that lower back, otherwise you can start feeling things pull. And with yoga or with any fitness, if anything starts pulling or overstretching or twinging, then just make sure you come out that pose. Especially as you get warmer, temptation is to go a little bit deeper into some of these poses, but sometimes that can be too much for your body. So just take it steady and just keep listening to your body. Okay, so feet together, palms forward. We're going to breathe in and dive down. Flat back, forward fold, hands onto the floor, stepping back. So we're into plank, we're going to hold it here for a couple of seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weight rocks forward slightly, option to put your knees onto the floor. And then we're going to come down to the floor, little cobra, push up, downward dog. This time you're going to take your back leg up in the air, so into our three-legged downward dog. Bring it forwards, step it forwards, knee stays behind your big toe, back foot stays straight, heel off the floor. Option to stay here, progress it by having your fingers touching the floor, and then progress it even more by coming all the way up into crescent pose. I quite like this pose, although I do wobble quite a lot. So this is our crescent pose, and just make sure you kind of relax those shoulders. Palms are facing, reaching up, and then take them out to the side, palms are up, reaching out. Okay, and then from here, hands back to your hips. You're going to let that foot come down to the floor now. So the back foot is at an angle, 45 degrees, little toes still on the floor, hips are square, front leg is bent, knee behind your big toe, and voila, we are in Warrior One. So, option to stay here with your hands on your hips, otherwise we can take them all the way up And then from here, we're going to open up into Warrior Two. So leg is turned out, so turn out from the hip, but as far as you can manage. Knee stays behind your big toe. This time, this foot is a bit more parallel. Little toes on the floor. And then we just reach those arms and look along that middle finger. Temptation here is to sometimes lean a little bit. Try not to, so make sure you're center. And just reach and just breathe. And then from here, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Sink a little bit low if you can, only if that feels okay. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, now you can reach forward, so reach, reach, reach as far as you can go. Then hand comes onto your thigh. So forearm onto your thigh, just make sure you're not putting any pressure on that knee. And then we're going to start here. Into our triangle pose, our side triangle. And then take the arm down and reach up and across. And then again, if it feels okay in your neck and you can, try and look up into the eye of that elbow and open up these ribs. But again, don't force it, just do what you can manage. But the temptation is not to kind of be in this pose, we're more opened up. But again, that's what you're aiming for, so don't panic if you're not quite there. Okay, then we're back to Warrior Two, then straighten the legs. You may want to just adjust that back foot a little bit and bring it in a little bit closer. Now, I like having a block for this one. So if you've got a block or even a book or something, if not, don't worry, that's fine. So we're going to go into our triangle, straight-legged triangle. So we're going to reach, reach, reach. Hand is going to come down and then the other hand up. Now, option to have your hand on your shin, just make sure it's not your kneecap and you're not applying any pressure. If you can reach lower, that's fine. And then hand up. Again, it's the same principle, trying to keep these ribs open rather than, so I could try and touch the floor but end up doing this. So I want to open up and be here. You can also do a hovering one where your hand's not supported and you're not grabbing anything. So just take it to where's comfortable. If it feels okay in your neck, looking up to that arm. And then straight legs, whew, coming back up. So from here, we're going to take those feet forwards, reach those arms out, breathing in. And then we're going to dive down. So if you can, fingertips on the floor, reaching out a little bit further, and we're going to do a flat back, breathing in, and then just close your eyes and forward fold down. And then just going to hang here, let your neck go free. And just stay where it's comfortable. You can adjust what you do with your hands to get deeper stretch. So see the change in my hands here. You can even fold your elbows and you can rock side to side. Okay, so hands are now going to come onto your hips and you're going to lead with your chest, breathing in and breathe out. And like magic, reaching those arms up. Okay, so really nice one to kind of stretch those arms out either side. So other side, we are going to turn our foot to the side. So you turn from the hip. And we're going to start by sinking down into a Warrior Two. So again, nice and square, looking along that front finger, legs turn out, knees behind your big toe, foot is parallel almost, and little toe is still in contact with that floor. So take a couple of breaths here, just breathe and enjoy this pose. And then breathing in, straightening that front leg, breathing out, see if you can sink down a little bit lower if that feels okay. Breathing in, breathing out. And then from here, we're going to reach, 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 reach. Hands going to come down, arms going to come up. And we're just going to hold this one. And then if you want, so you can either stay here or if you want to take it some more, take the arm across and kind of open up. So again, ribs are opening up rather than rolling forwards. But don't force it. And if it feels okay on your neck, looking up into that elbow. When I first started, because I had a lot of neck issues, or maybe I was just new and my muscles were quite tight, I couldn't look up, it hurt my neck too much. So coming up, straighten that leg, So adjust that back foot, and I'm going to put my yoga block in place. So yeah, with yoga some things will hurt and it will feel challenging. When it feels challenging, try and use your breath and keep breathing, but don't do something that's going to injure yourself. It's not worth it. Just take things steady and at what you can manage. Okay, so leaning, hand comes down, arm comes up. So option, if you've got a block or a book or something similar, you can have the hand here. You could use your calf. Just make sure you stay away from that kneecap. If you can sink a little bit lower and go down to the ankle, that's okay as well. And then if you want to progress this, so you can keep this hand up here if that feels okay. Otherwise you can take it across and then up. And again, option to look up if it feels okay in your neck. And then straight legs coming up. So we're now going to sink, so adjust your feet if you need to. Sink back down into Warrior 2. We're going to turn Warrior 1. So nice square hips. Back foot is more like 45 degrees, little toe on the floor, front knee behind your big toe, sinking into that front leg. Option to stay here. If you want to progress, arms come up. And then we are going to take it down to the floor. So both hands come down, back foot comes up, leg comes back, and we're in a plank, down to the floor. Breathing in into cobra, back into downward dog. That same leg that was front lifts up in the air, comes forwards, and it's front again, because guess what, we've got that lovely crescent pose to do. So back leg straight, option stay low here in runner's pose. You can come up a bit higher onto your fingertips, or come all the way up into crescent. She says wobbling. I quite like this pose, but it did take me a while. It does feel challenging, and you can feel that stretch in that hip flexor. Okay, coming down, leg back, down to the floor, cobra, and then we're just going to push back into tabletop, and we are going to turn around onto our butt, sit on the floor, legs out in front, heels on the floor, hip width apart, and we're just going to finish with a couple of bridges, then a quick spinal twist, and then we are into our final resting pose. So heels close-ish to your butt. You're going to tuck that pelvis so you make a bit of an imprint, and then driving with your hips lifting up into a bridge. Now an option is to interlace your fingers underneath and push up with the arms. I actually don't like that. That doesn't feel comfortable on my shoulders or even on my neck. So I don't do that. I just keep my hands here, but you can try that. And then coming down, curling down one vertebra at a time. Bringing one leg in, little hug, let that ankle do a couple of circles. Arm out to the side. I'm going to roll over. I'm going to struggle because I've got the sofa here. But so keep that arm, same arm as bent leg is out, look along that arm, let the leg twist over. Coming back, other leg, bringing this one in, arm out, so I can let the leg drop over, I just can't get the arm down to the floor, or I can adjust it actually here. So gentle spine on, try and look at the arm that's on the floor, so you're looking away from the leg, and then coming back. And then last little one to finish, knees up, we're going to do a little circle. This is great for your lower back, so if you've got any lower back pain, this is a really good one. So the circles and just being in a hugged position. What we can also do is take those legs up, and this will feel a bit strange, and just relax here. I naturally want to point my feet from dancing, but you can flex them. And we're just going to let our legs stay up here for a little bit. This will help, and it helps your back, helps send the blood back down. If you struggle just having your legs unsupported, you can do it against a wall. Okay, and then bend your legs back in, and we're going to extend the legs. So into our final resting pose, Savasana or corpse pose. Legs out, palms up to the ceiling, closing your eyes, breathing in, breathing out. So on this one, I want you to count for 3 as you come in. So, and picture the numbers in your eyes. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3, and then breathing out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to picture the numbers as you breathe. You don't need to say the numbers, just say them in your head and picture them. So I'm going to let you do that in your own time. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to let you carry on doing that, and it's just synchronizing your breath with your mind, and I'm going to leave you here. So thank you for doing the workout. You can stay in this pose as long as you like. Enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your evening, whatever you're up to. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.